The reason I'm bothering to do this is I keep hearing on the press, Biden's going to raise your taxes. Anybody making less than $400,000 a year will not pay a single penny in taxes. And we will not increase the deficit either, unlike the last gigantic tax cut, which increased the deficit by $2 trillion. It's about balancing the system and growing the economy. It would mean wealthy investors no longer pay lower marginal tax rates than their secretary pays, the secretary in their office. Do you want to know what that would do? That would take that money and extend the life-changing middle-class tax cut and put it in place for American Rescue Plan and expand child care tax credit to, I mentioned earlier, that's $1,700 in the pockets of a family with 2 kids for now through 2025. Look, just closing these loopholes by taxing investment income at the same rate as wages for the wealthiest Americans would have enough to extend this again through 2025. So I ask again, is it more important to keep these tax loopholes for millionaires? They're good people, they're not bad folks. Or would we rather put $7,200 in the pockets of working moms and dads every year if they have 2 children? Folks, trickle-down economics has never worked. For too long, we've had an economy that gives every break in the world to the folks who need it the least. It's time to grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. We can choose to give hard-working families a break, a tax break in effect. We can choose to invest in our students. We can choose an economy that rewards work, not just wealth, and that chooses the choice I'm making, and the vast majority of American people support, is let's give people a shot. Given even half a chance, the American people have never, ever, ever let their country down. Imagine if we give them a full chance. Imagine what it would mean for them and their families and for our country. We're the United States of America. There's nothing we've been unable to do when we do it together. So let's get together. Let's get this done. Because the truth of the matter is that we can do this and grow the economy. I'll go on all the other statistics, but the plan is estimated to grow the economy another $1 trillion. This will grow the economy. Everybody will be better off. So I want to thank you all for doing your part here to make sure that not only you're educating and giving people a real shot at a real life consistent with their talents and their capacities, not limited because they don't have the money. And we're going to give it to a lot more people. I promise you, America will be much stronger for it. Because like I said, we're setting out a universal education. It wouldn't just be 12 years anymore. It would be those 14 years, 16 years I'm talking about, 2 to start and 2 at the other end. And as your state has done under your governor and your senator and your congresspersons, your state, if you get 4 years out of here, 2 years out of here, it's 2 years toward a state university. You cut tuition in half for a 4-year degree as well. So there's an awful lot of possibilities, an awful lot of hope. And the good news is, I think there's overwhelming bipartisan support for this. If you look at the polling data, Republican voters overwhelmingly support it. Now I just got to get some of my Republican colleagues to support it. So thank you all. God bless you, and thank you for the work you're doing. And may God protect our troops. Thank you so much.
When do you believe the U.S. will reach herd immunity?
I think by the end of the summer, we'll be in a very different position than we are now. As you know, I've worked very hard to make sure we have over 600 million doses of vaccine. We're going to continue to make sure that's available. We're going to increase that number across the board as well, so we can also be helping other nations once we take care of all Americans. And what's happening now is all the talk about how people were not going to get shots, they were not going to be involved. Look at what that was. We were told that was most likely to be among people over 65 years of age. But now, people over 65 years of age, over 80%, have now been vaccinated, and 66% fully vaccinated. And there's virtually no difference between white, black, Hispanic, Asian American. And so, because what we've done, under some criticism, is we have expanded access to vaccinations to familiar places, 40,000 drugstores now. Also, all of the community health centers that are available all across the nation, mobile units going out, and it's getting better and better and better. And so that's why we're leading the world. When I got elected, I said in the first 100 days, we'd get 100 million people vaccinated. I was wrong. We got 230 million vaccinated. I think you'll see, and there's a debate, you know, and I'll end with this. There's a debate into what constitutes herd immunity. Is it 70% of the population? Is it 68%? Is it 81%? The point is that by the end of the summer, right now, every single person 16 years or older doesn't have to wait in line, can show up and get a vaccination now. My plea to everyone, get vaccinated now, please. Thank you.